Alright guys, this has been a nearly month-long battle of trying to do shiny paint. And it was going pretty good. I think I overdid the prep a little bit and had a couple issues with that. You saw we had water spots on the first coat of primer because I let it air dry after I sanded it and washed it. And got through that. Primered it again, sanded it. It's probably really wasn't necessary. I used a Tamiya fine primer. And let me show you that. Really nice finished stuff. And then I came back with the Tamiya red. I can't remember what red it was. I don't have the can anymore. I think it was bright red. I don't know why I love the base model versions of these trucks. And no stripes, no nothing, just plain Jane red. If you remember back when I built the 4Runner, we used to have a 4Runner. My dad had a 80, it might have been 87 actually. And it was just plain Jane red, white wagon wheels. And yeah, so painted the red, had a few blemishes in it. Back here on the back corners, it ran a little bit. Not super huge deal. So I was talking with my buddy Dustin, the 110 Rod Shop on Instagram, and he recommended a new clear coat I've never tried, which I don't have a can of that anymore either. It's called 2K Clear Coat. Got it on Amazon. It's in my Amazon influencer store if you're looking for it. It is phenomenal. But it's also a two-part. So it has a little red blister thing in the cap, and you shove it on the bottom and break the hardener. So it's basically a real two-part paint, and it's pre-mixes once you do that. And I'm in a rush. That's the problem with me and shiny paint jobs. Got in a hurry. First coat of clear, pretty thick, no hardener. And it dried and it looked pretty good. Had a little bit of trash in it. And not too bad. I was pretty excited with it. And it dried fairly good, but I got super bad orange peel on the bed. The cab came out great, but the bed, I had really bad orange peel on the side. So I thought I would try a rubbing compound and try to buff it, and it just got worse. So Dustin offered to help me correct my issues there. He ended up having to sand all the clear off and spray the red again, which he did an excellent job. Matched the color exactly. He actually used a paint gun and mixed it and sprayed it. And then he used that clear coat and did that as well. So came out phenomenal. He keeps swearing to me it's not that hard. I make it seem like it's really hard, and it really doesn't seem like it is. That clear coat is super forgiving if you take your time and spray it right. Light coat, and then like I think he said 15 minutes, and then another light coat, and then come back and lay it on thick at the end. And it came out phenomenal, as you can see. A couple other things he did. He's got some really good, not really automotive paints, but stuff you can get at actual paint shops. And he did the trim around the door jamb, and he masked it off and sprayed that as well. And he did the bed liner. And a bed liner is some kind of automotive textured paint that he's got, and it is phenomenal scale, texture. Looks spot on for this truck. So we're kind of going for the resto mod look. It's going to be base model, but it's going to set like this. It's going to have these nice wheels. I'm going to clean up the tires and stuff. It's got a bed liner, a few little updates here and there. But yeah, it's super shiny. And the coolest thing about this, I did not expect. I've sprayed shiny paint and clear coated and stuff before, and it always semi-gloss at best. This is like actual automotive paint. I mean, you could get a scratch on this from the trail and buff it out. The clear coat is so hard. It's actually going to be a protective layer like a real automotive paint job. So we've got all the little bits. We've got the tailgate. You can see here, he bedlined the inside of the tailgate. Super, super shiny, super smooth. Very, very few blemishes. You can see there's some stuff in like the keyhole. That's just from where he buffed the whole thing. There's a little bit of polish left in it. So we actually need to wash and wax this body. Apparently, there's a little bit in the gas door too. So any of those little white spots you see, that's just wax or compound or whatever he used to do in there. So I was doing really good. I was feeling pretty good about it, and yeah, think I just stressed myself out trying to do this stuff. With the patina, it's just willy-nilly, just go with the flow. You saw the last video we did the C2X. Just have fun with it. I don't know why I just put so much pressure on myself to do this kind of paint job, and I always end up messing it up. So, I'm going to wrap this video up because this has been seriously weeks and weeks of filming. I don't even remember what I've got at this point. I know I've got a whole bunch of video from the prep and the sanding and the primers and all that stuff. I've got primer all over my GoPro lens. Got to get that cleaned off. But the next step, I've already started sorting out the interior. I've got the interior pieces laid out, and we're going to start spraying those today. And we are going to go with a brown tan combo. I could not find online a picture of a red base model truck with the tan interior. They all seem to have gray. But I think this red really needs that tan brown. And we'll do a little bit of two-tone in it because I like that color interior better. And I weathered the interior in the 4Runner, and I was really kind of regretting that because that dash on these two bodies is fantastic. It's got a lot of detail. So of course this one's going to be super clean and shiny and really, really nice. One thing I also did, let me show you that. So I was having a hard time finding drive shafts for this chassis because with the GCM trans install and doing away with the carrier bearing, you don't have a short drive shaft and then a little leader shaft. So Lesu, I got these from Semi Joe's truck shop. He's got his own web store now. He's kind of getting away from eBay, which is understandable. So he had everything in stock here in the States, and it was about $70 for drive shafts, but those are fantastic looking drive shafts. Luckily I measured properly. They've got enough slip, so everything works out and jives like it should. Really nice looking scale stuff. I wanted to get a little more shiny bling underneath the truck to go with that transmission and go with this shiny blingy body. Get you a little bit closer look at this bed liner. That is fantastic finish. I don't remember what the product's called, but it's some really good stuff. But again, big thanks to Dustin for helping me correct all of my mistakes and making this thing look the way that I envisioned it looking. I'm going to wrap this one up. I appreciate you guys watching, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share if you want. Keep it scale, and I'll see you on the next video.